All right, what's Gucci, you pussy bandits? It is Monday, June 13th, 2022, and this is the second episode of the Back by Bone podcast. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be doing another one so soon, but here it is. Whatever. Let's get right into the meat and potatoes. First thing I want to bring up is a comedy special I watched, and it was by, excuse me, Stavros Halkias, Stabros. Last name Halkias. It was good. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was about 50 minutes long. I believe it's on his YouTube channel, which you can just type in his name. Um, I believe it's called Live at the Lodge. I think that's the name of the special. It's really good. I mean, this guy is Greek American because his parents came over from Greece. That's hence the name. Super hard to pronounce, but I'm sure I fucked it up at some point. Um, he's like around my age. I think he's like 29 or 30 or so. So like his brand of comedy is like very relatable to my sense of humor. A little bit more relatable than the last special I recommended, which was the Giannis Papas special, which just as good, but again a little bit more relatable in my sense, and I get a little bit more of a feeling of like it's like a familiar sense of comedy because again like I'm around the same age, so it's a little bit more on brand for me. I don't know, it's good. Definitely give it a like, give it a follow. I think it's past 1 million views right now, so it's a whole lot of fun. Just a forewarning, he is a hideous individual. Very funny, very entertaining, but he kind of like leans into how he looks too. So it's not like I'm going out of my way to give the guy a hard time. But he's also got a podcast called Cum Town, like CUM, great name. Pretty funny. I recommend you go and listen to that wherever you can get podcasts on Spotify, YouTube, all that good shit. Like, comment, subscribe. Show some support to those guys out there doing it. So that's my comedy recommendation for the week. So take a look. All right. And now we're into the sports update. We're going to start off with the NHL today. All right. So it is now Avalanche and Lightning in the Stanley Cup Finals. So first game is going to be Wednesday, June 15th. It looks like it's in Colorado, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So a late night for the boys who are watching it over in Tampa, but should be good. I'm pretty excited for this. I'm probably not going to go to a single game because it is, really fucking expensive. But we'll see what happens. I mean, so the first two games in Colorado, in Denver, Ball Arena, then game 3 and 4 in Tampa, and then game 5 comes back to Denver. So theoretically, if Denver wins game 5 and they win the whole thing, so technically they could win the first two games and then lose one game, win another game, and then win game 5. Then they win the whole thing, and that would be in Denver Friday night. The game starts at 6 p.m. If they have a chance to win it that night, I'm probably going to go out to downtown and just kind of see the debauchery and see what happens. Because if they win, it's going to be a madhouse. I could guarantee it. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Real excited to watch. I am hoping Darcy Kemper is in net, but their backup goalie looked pretty fucking solid. So uh, one thing I always say is that depth wins cups. So if you have good depth in the net, then you're more likely going to win. But I mean, also, this is Tampa Bay Lightning we're talking about, and they have some of the best players in the league, some of the best goaltenders in the league. So, I'm excited. It'll be fun, I don't know how many times I'm actually going to stay up late to watch each one of these games, but I'm definitely going to check out the highlights. I'm going to check out the scores and keep you guys updated. So, again, first game, Wednesday, June 15th in Denver. If you like to bet, then I would hammer the Avs at home. Just, maybe not hammer, but, put a cool 50 on it or something like that, I don't, I'm not sponsored by any gambling sites or anything, but if you win $50 or if you put down 50 and you win, feel free to, spread the wealth over here, because I ain't rich. So I'm not going to say no. All right, next we're moving to the hardwood, the NBA. So as of the last podcast, Celtics lost that last game. So that was game 4, and that was in Boston. It was 107 to 97. Not the turnout I was hoping for. We got Game 5 tonight in Warriors territory, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So 9 p.m. over on the East Coast. So I doubt many people are going to be watching that. But this is kind of the make or break point for both teams, I think. The series is tied at 2-2, so we will see what happens. I'm excited. I am not going to watch the game because I'm not staying up for that. I will look at the scores tomorrow. So Game 5 tonight, uh, and then Game 6 is Thursday, and that is in Boston. So we'll see what happens. It's getting really close down to the wire. I still think the Celtics can pull it off. I would not bet on either of these. It is too close to call, but it's exciting. I'll keep an eye out, and I will be talking about it. So let's go, Jason Tatum. I hope he has a stellar performance and he fucking shits on everybody. Because last game he only had 23 points, and we kind of need him to get 30 every single game to win, which is a tall task. But Steph Curry dropped 43 in that last game. So you want to be a superstar, you got to play like a superstar. A superstar. So all right. On to UFC. So again, I keep telling you guys, I am not going to stay up and watch these fucking UFC cards. I'm just gonna fucking look at the highlights, and I'm glad I did not stay up and watch it because besides the few of these fights, there wasn't anything super exciting. The main fight was Yuri and Glover, and I watched the highlights, and I got exactly what I wanted out of the highlights. I basically got the tail of the fight for the highlights, and then apparently Yuri won by submission with like 30 seconds to go in the last round, which is fucking crazy. But if you go and watch the highlights on like Instagram, YouTube, whatever, you'll see how good the fight actually was, and it was pretty fucking solid, I'll admit. So, um, if you could like stream it illegally or something like that and find it, I would definitely try and watch the full fight. I might do that later in life, but again, I'm not gonna stay up late. And then the Valentina Shevchenko Talia Santos fight. Obviously, Valentina won, like I said. Decision. I'm not really surprised. She's kind of like a decision fighter. Also, I think she beat Ronda Rousey's record for the most title defenses in that women's division. Don't quote me on that, but it might be the case. Yes, I mean, I'm probably not going to go back and watch that fight. Nothing I really need to see. I also don't really care about the women's division. Then we've got the Zhang Wei Li Joanna Jędrzejczyk fight. I saw the highlights of that, and it's again all I really wanted. I don't need to watch that whole fight. I mean, Wei Li knocked her out with a spinning back fist and fucking won the fight in the second round, 2.5 minutes in. So pretty dope. Again, I mean, I just need to see the highlights. I don't need to wait hours and hours on end just to see these fights go down. It's such a time waster. But I mean, if you're like a real hardo and you love like watching all the fights, like I get it. It's high quality entertainment, and these guys are putting on an amazing fucking performance, and of course, a great show, great production. But there's no way I can stay up that late. But yeah, every other fight on that UFC 275 card don't really care about. So I am not going to be going over those. I'm just looking over it quickly. I'm seeing a lot of decisions. Yeah, like I figured. Next coming up, UFC Fight Night, Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett. That is going to be dope. I will probably be talking about that after it happens. So stay tuned. I will be lightly dissecting as I do on this podcast. A light brush over with my minimal knowledge of the sport. So it's exciting. Keep an eye out for that. And those are always fun to bet on too. Like I don't do a whole lot of sports betting, but when I do, like it's kind of fun to bet on UFC more than like other sports because it's more like anything could fucking happen. So you never really know. Um, but again, I will be talking about it, so I will be looking at the results. All right, we're moving on to the weeb shit. Talk about anime, what I'm going to do. I'm just going to try and give a recommendation every single episode on an anime and a manga, and if I'm like watching anything currently, that's I mean, like with the at the beginning when I did with Stavros's special, like if I'm watching like anything cool on YouTube, or if I'm watching anything that isn't anime, manga related. I'll try and put a recommendation in there, but I'm going to try at least have one recommendation for each anime and manga each episode. So uh, get your fucking pen and paper out, kid. All right, so anime update. I haven't been watching a lot recently within the past couple days. I've kind of just been hanging out playing some TFT, but I do want to talk about my recommendations. So what I'm going to recommend is not necessarily new, but it's definitely not necessarily old, but it is Haikyuu. So it's Haikyuu. It is a sports anime about volleyball, and I don't care about that sport at all, but when I was watching it, god damn did I fucking care. You know what I mean? Tears rolling down my eyes at the emotional scenes. I'm fucking screaming like, "Fucking get him! Slap that shit!" You know, stuff like that. I had a good time with it, and it's got a couple seasons. I think it's got another one coming out soon, but pretty quality. Like one thing that they do really amazing in like sports anime manga is like make you fucking care, like make you invested in the characters. It makes you like I don't really care about volleyball, but like, after watching a couple episodes, I was like, God damn, get me out on the court, big dog. Like I want to fucking smack that shit. But I'm not really uh athletically inclined like that. I played volleyball in like intramural league when I was in college, and I fucking sucked dick and almost hurt myself once. So I'll leave that to the pros, and I'll leave that to my imagination. But yeah, highly recommend. I think it's a lot of fun. Kind of stereotypical in the sense that it's like, down and out team nobody thought was gonna win. Now they make it all the way to the inter high, and they fucking, they prove everybody wrong. And there's always like the inter high. Every time there's any kind of like sports anime or manga, there's always an inter high, which is like um a massive tournament with like high schools all over the Japanese area. You know what I mean? All over the country and shit. They all meet together and they all fucking battle for supremacy or whatever the fuck. But there's always an inter high. So if you ever watch any kind of fucking sports anime, they're always gonna mention like we're going to the inter high, or like our dream is to make it to the inter high, shit like that. So you'll see that kind of pop up a lot. But I thought it was really good. A lot of fun, a lot of good character development. Like for the first few episodes, there's a lot of characters whose names you don't remember. But as you get through the series, like you're never gonna forget them, just because the character writing's good. Obviously, it's a little bit unbelievable because Japanese high schoolers playing volleyball. There's no way they're gonna be fucking like 6 feet tall. Like, come on, man. That's not realistic, but it was good. A whole lot of fun. So I definitely recommend it. Haikyuu, Haikyuu. Animation was good. Let me see if I can see who did the studio. Animation is good. Let's see. Animation's good. Sound design's good. Everything's pretty good. I mean, you can also read the manga too, but I suggest the anime is a little bit of a better watch. Looks like, let's see, it was in 2014, so a little old, but that's okay. So it was done by Production IG, so all they do is pop out bangers, so I'm not really surprised there. So it's got one season with 25 episodes, and then they have a second season out, which, when did that come out? Because the second season is called Haikyuu to the Top. That came out in 2020. So first season 2014, second season 2020, and that was 13 episodes. So the animation definitely leveled up in the second season. So keep an eye out for that. It does get pretty juicy in terms of animation. And they got most of all the characters, voice actors back. So yeah, definitely worth the watch. That might be coming on another season. Not 100% sure. Second season also done by Production IG, so they hit another banger there. So, all right, so we're on to the manga. I've been reading quite a lot lately, just to try and catch up. And I'm just like reading like random junk all over the place and random stuff I have favorited. But my one recommendation is going to be, which I had mentioned before, is going to be Isekai Oji-san. It's got about 41 chapters translated. I think it's fucking hilarious. Like all the chapters are really short reads, but they're all really good. Let's see here. It is. I can't even pronounce the name of the author, so don't ask me. But the name of the series Isekai Oji-san. So it's Isekai or Kai space Ojisan, which is basically just like Isekai uncle or my uncle in another world or whatever the fuck. Highly recommend. The description is having survived an isekai for 17 years, 34-year-old Oji-san, also known as Uncle, returns to modern-day Japan. So he like basically comes up out of a coma, and he was in an isekai the entire time, and he's trying to convince his nephew, who's like one of his only living relatives left, that he was in an isekai, and his nephew's like, "Yeah, right. This guy's obviously deranged out of his fucking mind. He's just a lunatic." And then the uncle starts using magic, and then he's like, "Oh shit!" And then craziness ensues, and the uncle could use magic, and all these recurring characters from his past show up, and you end up like watching a lot of his memories. So he has like this thing where you can project his memories and you see like his adventures, and they're all pretty funny. And he's like a very quirky, weird, probably autistic individual, but um, it's a good time. Definitely watch it or read it. Waiting for the anime to come out. It's gonna be fun. Um, it's a quick read too. It's, again, only 41 chapters as of right now. The chapters are not long at all, but it's a whole lot of fun. So that is going to be my manga recommendation. All right, what are we on here? Uh, Bodybuilding update. So I am technically almost 10 weeks out. So feeling good, looking good, doing, 30 minutes of tanning, 1 to 2 times every weekend. I would like to do it a little bit more, but when I get out of work around like 4 o'clock, like I kind of just have no motivation to go and do it. So I don't really care. But yeah, feeling good, looking good. The dieting has not gotten to a severe point yet. I was at 3,000 calories a couple weeks ago. Now I'm down to 2,800 calories a day. I'm just going to start being whittled down pretty significantly here within the next few weeks. Um, yeah, so if anybody has any recommendations on satiating hunger or, safe ways to diet or whatever, I'm definitely all ears. This is a first for me, so we'll see how it goes. Again, I've never been super shredded before, so I am not 100% sure what it's going to look like when I peel off all the fat. So we'll see how it goes. Again, I'm excited. I will keep you guys updated. Um, Training routine and diet are probably going to be changing here pretty soon. I got to get back jumping on making YouTube videos as well, doing some vlog and workout stuff just to keep myself putting content out. Basically, what I'm doing right now is just trying to get as much content out as possible and just keep doing it until I find myself in a place where I end up fucking loving it. So, you know, it is what it is. Um, Need to do more practice posing. I need to do more research on posing routines. I need to do research on posing trunks. Those I have to buy. I did actually look into, excuse me, the testing. So what I had found is that you don't actually like do a traditional drug test. Like, you don't piss in a cup and they don't take any blood. Like, so it's like I think a day or like a week before you do like a polygraph test, which you have to pay for, which is fucking bullshit. Like, don't even get me started about how much money I'm gonna have to spend on this, even though I'm not gonna make any money if I win, or when I will win. Um, so it's like, dude, that's not like strenuous at all. Like, dude, I could definitely come into this thing sauced out of my mind and pass a polygraph test. So I don't know. Like that whole thing is like this seems like a racket to me. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm still gonna compete. I'm still gonna fucking go in to win. But I'm just thinking like seems like pretty lenient drug testing. You know what I mean? Like this is supposed to be a natural show. Like all you got to do is pass a polygraph test. But I mean, they also like I'm sure if like somebody wins and they come in looking like super fucking crazy more than anybody else, they'll probably drug test them at that point, or they might drug test the winner or whatever. But I don't know, man. It's a polygraph test. Like that does not seem pretty. Like pretty like locked up. It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's very like secure in that sense. Like it doesn't seem very fucking legit. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, might as well just fucking wing it and try it out and see what happens. And if I win and they drug test me, I'm just gonna come back clean, so it doesn't matter. But um, yeah, just a polygraph test like that doesn't it doesn't seem very legitimate to me. I've never had a polygraph test, but I also think there's probably ways to go about that. Like I guarantee if I go and type in on Reddit like how to pass polygraph test, there's gonna be 12 articles there about fucking lunatics who have done it before. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll know better when I get to the day of, and I fucking see some of the competitors and be like, all right, that dude's fucking, you know, juiced to the gills or some shit. But I'll keep you guys updated. August 20th again is going to be in Denver. I will give you guys more information on the location and the times when it gets closer. So, all right, next we're going to be talking about Liquid Death, who I hope to one day have a sponsor or as a sponsor on this podcast. So I just recently bought a 12 pack of the Liquid Death flavored water. So I think I got the mango one, and it is phenomenal. It's got like 220 milligrams of sodium, which is whatever, but it's only got like 20 calories, which is, great for me because I'm going to get to a point where I'm not going to be able to consume a lot of calories. And this is going to be something to kill my sweet tooth and the cravings, but definitely check it out. Some of the best water I've ever had in my life, which is like weird to say because it's just water, right? But at the end of the day, like high quality water is gonna fucking make a difference, I think at least. Because I use like Brita filters in my water, and I'm always drinking water all day. But ooh, as I take a sip, throat's getting dry. But like I just think it's one, quality water, and two, I like the branding, and three, I like the flavored water. I think it's just fucking good. Um, highly recommend. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it for like $16 on Amazon for a 12 pack, which is pretty fucking good. Because if you go to a grocery store or CVS or Walgreens or some gas station or something like that, they're usually like $2 and some change, and that's like 250, 230, something like that. And then times 12 is obviously gonna be more than $16. Um, so I think it's a good deal. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can get it free shipping, and it's usually next day. Sometimes you can get it overnighted, depending on your location. But I don't know anybody who needs water overnighted unless you're fucking staying up all night doing a rager or something like that. You got an all night podcasting rager or some shit like that. But um, definitely check it out. Still sparkling, and they've got three flavors: is berry, mango, and lime. I have tried all of the flavored ones, and I think I like the mango the best. I think it goes mango, lime, berry. Just because I don't really like berry flavored things that much. I don't know. I just think mango is always usually pretty good in terms of flavored things. But yeah, hopefully one day I'll get him as a sponsor and I'll get free water. Baby boy. Next, we're going to talk about Rain Body Fuel. Another beverage that I love. Energy drinks. They've got like no sugar in them. I think they only have like some sodium and that's about it. Um, barely any calories. Like it's like 10 calories. And I just enjoy it. You know what I mean? I like carbonated liquids. I like carbonated drinks. And they always taste good. Every single flavor is good. I just got a 12 pack of the strawberry sublime flavor, also off of Amazon. Also, you can get with Amazon Prime, and it was like $19 for a 12 pack or something like that. So not super crazy. But if you also go to aforementioned grocery stores, gas stations, convenience stores, pharmacies, whatever, you're probably going to be closer to $3 per can. Um, so for 12 of them, $19, not too bad. I just try to keep stocked up on liquids. So like anything that's going to help me fight the cravings to eat like junk food, I'd rather just drink liquid and just piss it all out instead of you can drink like a 20 or 10 calorie drink instead of eating like 5 donuts that are fucking 100 calories each. That's just like a waste of food, waste of money, and something I don't need right now. So um yeah, just a little bit of dieting tips, unintentional dieting tips. If you have any cravings for anything like that, anything sweet, chew some gum. Gum is very low calorie and sometimes no calorie. um and like just the act of like moving your mouth might just kind of like make you forget about cravings or hunger or whatever. And then just drink like sweet things that aren't terrible for you. So like not drinking soda because you could drink like a 1/16 ounce of soda. It's like 170 calories or something like that. Like drink like try and find things that have like little to no calories, like Liquid Death. The still sparkle this sorry the sparkling water is obviously 0 calories, but it has the carbonation, so it might just kind of like fill your stomach up a little bit, even if it's a placebo, or you know what I mean. It just might like fight the cravings a little bit. So I highly recommend both of those. Rain Body Fuel will be a phenomenal sponsor in the future. So just putting that out into the ether, out into the ethos. So Liquid Death, Rain Body Fuel, and like I said last episode, Trojan Condoms. All right. Um, Next, just an update on my living situation. So I still have not locked down a place to live yet, but I'm working on it. I have a backup, like an emergency case scenario where I can stay with someone out here, in case I don't find a place of my own, and it'll be able to save some money and have a place to live. And it's not like anything crazy, but I am trying to actually try and find a place on my own just so I can, you know, not have to have a roommate. But yeah, so I'm just looking at more places, let's keep it on the grind. I am not going to look at anything this Saturday because I have a haircut this Saturday, so maybe I'll try and line some stuff up for Sunday. If not, I've already got stuff lined up for the Saturday after that. I think it's the 20. So today's the 13th. This coming Saturday is the 18th. So next Saturday after that is the 25th. I've already got something lined up for that. So just keep, lining them up, knocking them down, seeing what I can and can't afford and what I can and can't use, or can and can't apply for, and then we'll just go from there. But again, like I'm also want to bring this up is like how like my future, like what I really want to do. I got a lot of friends who are moving to Miami. I got my roommates moving to Miami, living with his brother, and they're starting their business out there. That's really booming. My friends moving to Miami too, so it's like maybe I want to live there in the future and kind of like start my like next career path journey, a new place. I've been in Colorado for like 5 years, almost 6 years now, and I'm kind of spent on it. You know what I mean? It's like nice, but I'm not super sold on it anymore, and I kind of just don't. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm ready for something new. I was thinking Texas, but I don't know if I'll have the money to move to Texas this year. So it's one thing I could transfer my like again get a job transfer over to Texas and just move there. Take a little time after I move out of this current place, save some money, and then try and get a transfer there, and then move in and get myself a place there. It'd be in the Dallas Fort Worth area, which isn't super ideal. I think Dallas is probably still pretty cool, but being closer to Houston or Austin would be ideal. But it is what it is with my job. So I think I'm gonna start looking for new jobs and um, try and get my foot in there. And I'm trying to actually like build a career fitness related. So I want to do something I love instead of just sitting there answering phones and working for some nameless faceless corporation that I'm never going to see. What I do is good money, but not very fulfilling. I feel like I'm wasting a lot of my time and my life just to pay rent. It's just I don't know. I'd rather get paid good money to do something I love and actually feel fulfilled and actually feel like I'm doing something with my life. Yeah, I don't know. So I think maybe Miami's the move. Beautiful women, beautiful beaches, beautiful weather. And I've been kind of fed up with the snow for the last few years, and that seemed like a perfect move. And of course, I got like a support system and friends out there, and they can help support me, and they can, help get me on the right track, show me around, help me get jobs, stuff like that, and then, maybe get in with them in terms of business wise. But that's a dream. That's something I'm like, been really putting a lot of thought into and a lot of thought into my career and my life as a whole. You know what I mean? It's like I'm just trying to do something that I love and make a living off of it. And of course, like it's a bonus being with all my friends, and if we can all eat, if we can all come up together, that's even better. Whereas like if I go to Texas, like I don't have anybody I know there. I don't have a support system. I don't have like people to rely on or to fall back on. Like I'd go out there by myself, which I don't really have a whole like I'm not really like I don't have a huge problem with it, but it's just like if I go out there by myself, then I kind of have to like hoof it on my own, and it's gonna be a lot harder. Which I'm not opposed to working hard. It's just that like if I can kind of slot myself into, you know be a benefit to myself and to my friends, like, I think that's just all the better. And again, like, you know, I mean, if I can come up with my friends, like, that's the best way to do it, I think at least. Um, so yeah, I don't know. If the opportunity arises, I think I'm going to take it. Again, I'm just kind of tired of Denver, kind of staying here. Um, it's been 5 years. This is one of the longest I've ever lived somewhere. So I think it's just time for change. You know what I mean? That feeling of discomfort kind of breeds ingenuity. So you know, if I'm uncomfortable in a new area, it's going to make me want to work harder, or at least that's the theory anyway. Um, but yeah, I just kind of over it. You know, Colorado's cool, but I don't really want to live here anymore. I want to do new things, go to new places, and really start like a career and a life for myself. Whereas like here, like I feel like I'm just going through the motions, and you know, I'm just working a work from home desk job that's kind of just meaningless and not really going to get me anywhere, and never going to be what I really want to do in life. So yeah, I think you know, just it's really important, especially at the age that I'm at now. I'm 29, almost 30, gonna be 30 next year. Um, to really start thinking about the future and like grinding. So grinding towards what I want, and working for some company as a desk jockey is not really what I want at all. So yeah, I'd rather work hard now in my early 30s rather than work hard in my 40s and fucking, you know, just be scraping by because I've been working at a desk job for, you know, 10 years and I still get paid dick shit. Um, I'd rather, you know, grind for 10 years and have something that I built by myself or like built with my, you know, business partners and friends that I can actually show off and be proud of and be like, this is what I wanted to do instead of this is what I did because I needed to pay rent kind of shit. So yeah, I think it's really important to really hone in on aspirations, goals in the future, and what I really want. And I would suggest doing that for you as well. You know what I mean? Like some people like having the comfort of, you know, having a reliable desk job and just being like, yeah, whatever, I get the weekends off, I can do whatever I want. But that's not really for me. I kind of want a little bit more out of life, you know, and I'm gonna work my ass off to get it. So if I have the opportunity, I think Miami's the move, and we'll see where it goes. You know, if I have any active listeners, you'll hear updates about it, and that's about it. Yeah, so this one's actually a little bit going to be a little bit shorter than the last episode. The last episode, I feel like I just kept talking about random shit that I brought up. This time, I had a little bit more clear and concise idea of what I want to talk about, and I had a little bit better of a list instead of just rambling constantly, which I did a little bit on this one. But it's a podcast. What do you expect? I'm going to do some shit like that. Um, so yeah, feel free to like, follow, subscribe anywhere you find this. I did post the first episode on YouTube. I'm going to be posting the second one on YouTube as well right after this. I also have um, in Instagram for this as well. There's really nothing on it, but feel free to go give it a follow. It is just backed by Bone Podcast. Search it in on Instagram. There's nothing on there yet, but I'm just gonna keep, you know, using it. I need to build a Twitter for it as well, and I'll actually be able to start posting stuff. But you know, I just want to start putting the content out first, and then I can deal with all the peripherals because the content out there is the most important part. But yeah, so like, comment, follow, subscribe, fucking smash the inboxes of all those companies I mentioned earlier to give me a sponsor. You know, Rain Body Fuel, Liquid Death, Trojan Condoms, you know, tell him your boy needs help. You know, tell him to help fund the Miami tour, you know, the Miami move. Um, you know what I mean? Just imagine me in fucking Miami in a Lambo with the top down, shirt unbuttoned, gold chain, looking tan as fuck, sunglasses, you know, Rolex. That's probably not what's gonna happen, but imagine. It'd be crazy, right? All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. I will see you guys next time. Peace.